It's Miss Patricia at the Upper West Library, and I am book talking Sold by Patricia McCormick. This is not a new book, but it deals with human trafficking, which is something that happens all around the world, including in the United States. So our main character is Lakshi, and she is a girl from a poor. She's a poor girl from a rural village in Nepal. Well, nobody's really rich, but it's her and her mother and her stepfather, and then her baby brother. I believe it's a baby brother. She talks about the baby a lot. So it kind of starts out with her life in Nepal, and you see that this real poverty that they have, but you also see some of the things she enjoys, like hopscotch with her friend and the cucumber plants that she has named and the baby goat that she's raising and follows her around. So there's all these wonderful things, but then the monsoon season comes and there's a particularly bad monsoon and it wipes out the crops that they have. And so the father says she's going to go work in the city. Well, he basically sells her to this woman, and this the idea is that she's going to be a maid in a wealthy household, and one of her friends has gone and done this, and she's seen how it's benefited her friend's family. But what she definitely does not realize, and definitely her mother does not realize, and we hope that her stepfather does not realize, is that she is being sold into prostitution in India. So she is taken over the border of India to Calcutta. She is put in a locked room that's like a cell, basically, and she fights when they try to force her, and then they starve her, and eventually the only reason she gives in is because they drug her. And after they decide to take her off the drugs, she realizes that escape is impossible. These girls are not let outside the house. If they try to run away, they're going to be tracked down because there's police on the side, stuff like this. And she also realizes, and once she's had the benefit of some education because there was a school, her mother believed it was important, but she doesn't speak the language in Calcutta, India. So that's a big hamper to her as well. And she's taught to fear everybody, even like there's aid workers and stuff who come into these brothels and try to talk to the girls, but the girls are afraid of them because that's what they've been taught. There's just brutality as well. It's everything about this is just brutal, which is like, why would you read this? Because it's an important story to understand what is going on in the world. It is a very short book, so it's just over 250 pages, and there's not a lot of words per page. I thought initially it was a novel in verse, but it's really not. But look how few words there are per page, and some people might look at some of the way it's set up and say it's a novel in verse, but it reads absolutely like a normal book would. So like I said, this is the author actually went to India and talked to girls who've been rescued from these type of situations and talked to aid workers and stuff like that. And she talks about some of the efforts that now these girls who have been rescued, some of the things they're doing is like they're patrolling the borders and entrances from Nepal into India, trying to seek out these young girls that are being brought over. They go to the rural villages in Nepal and talk about the issue because, like they said, a lot of the families don't even realize, like, when they sell these girls, that they're selling them into prostitution and not into a situation where they're going to be working as a maid for a family. So, well, like I said, it's a devastating story. It's also a really important one, and I do highly recommend Sold by Patricia McCormick. So if this is not your cup of tea, which I would understand, I will help you find something else. Have a fantastic day and keep on reading.